how would you kind of do it from scratch? I guess.
No capital.
With no capital and no hope of getting any. All right. Or maybe not no capital, but like little capital.
You have $100 and you gotta go figure it out.
You gotta figure it out. You gotta figure it out.
Probably take the $100 and just go eat and then be like, oh, this ain't gonna work.
Welcome back, everybody, to another inspiring episode of The Careful Boys, where today we are fortunate to have BD joining us.
BD. He is a founder of many skate brands, DVS, Maddox, Lakai.
What else?
All of our childhood skate shop kind of favorites.
They were your favorites?
Yeah, well, DVS was my first pair of skate shoes. Yeah. And you know, skate shoes was a big deal back then because it was like everyone was just skating with normal shoes and they were tearing up their shoes because when you did like an ollie or something.
Yeah.
That's how. And then you're just like, oh, if there only was a shoe with a thick area. Oh, and then all the skate shoes came out with a thick area to protect that area. So
remember soaps? Anybody have soaps?
Oh, where you could fucking grind on them? Holy shit.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Bart had those.
I always wanted them, actually.
Did you sell those in your store?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't get any shoes that wasn't a coupon on Big Five.
Was that considered lame? That was probably considered lame, huh?
Pretty much, yeah.
You're whacked, dude.
But you could just run and jump on a rail.
Yeah, but you get your ass kicked at the bottom.
Okay, so here's always a fun question to ask somebody, especially an entrepreneur who's done a myriad of different businesses. So asking you, if you had to hit the reset button and you just had to start a business from scratch now, what would you do?
Probably apparel and footwear.
Really? Even with all the nightmares?
Yeah.
Is it because you just spent so many years in it? It's just that's like second nature.
Well.
Yeah, I feel like if I step back, like in 2017, I had stepped away from like the Maddox brand. I was like, okay, I just need a break and kind of like figure out what else to do. And in my head, I kept going, I'm just not going to do apparel or footwear. But everything I did all kind of led me back to the same path. And now I'm like, you know what? I've done it for so long. Like, I mean, it'd be cool to do something else. You know what's most interesting to me is storage stuff.
Public storage?
Really?
Yeah.
You always ask me.
Really?
Yeah. But see, we have a lot of shit, and we have like an RV and a trailer and like...
Oh, because you're a personal consumer of storage.
I'm always paying for it, and I've been paying for it forever. So I'm like, man, I'd love to own one of these things one day. But outside of that, really, it would probably be apparel and footwear. Or one or the other.
If you were to, like, let's just go deep down the rabbit of hypothetical, like, would you stay in the same niche? Would you stay with, like, surf, street, skate, like, that industry, or...
Because now you own a cycling apparel company, right? Like, how did that come about?
That I've been doing. I grew up, like, very early on racing BMX, so I've kind of been around bikes forever and just enjoyed bikes. And so I've been doing that kind of as, like... passion business project since like, I don't know, maybe the last 12 or 15 years. But I guess to answer your question, I don't know if it wouldn't really probably be specifically like action sports. I think these days, like, I feel like the formula of, you know, some sort of person of influence or persons of influence, whether that be like a YouTube channel, that can kind of have a really big marketing voice for it, and not like necessarily
a news shoe, like a Just Kidding News shoe.
News shoe?
Watch the news with these on.
A news shoe. That's the worst sounding idea.
Hey, make it sound cool.
make it sound cool.
You're marketing, dude. You gotta figure this out.
I can't. It almost sounds like a rollerblade.
Hey, dude, it's a white space in the market. You know what I mean? Nobody makes news shoes.
Or disruptor brand.
I guarantee you do some CNN shoes.
Oh, those will sell, boy.
Some Bryant Gumbels. You know what did kind of tripped me out is National Geographic being streetwear.
That is insane.
They hella collab with people like North Face and Adidas and stuff like that. They have crazy.
But I like their stuff. I was just shocked. I was like, this is really cracking in Asia right
They're
now.
probably looking at like, dang, everybody just takes animals and puts them on designs and they sell like crazy. We got real photos of animals.
That's true.
Yeah, they have such good assets to work with. Like all the stuff they've been doing looks cool though.
But I never thought people would want to like wear a National Geographic T-shirt and feel cool about it.
It's ironic.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's dope. It's not the ironic where it's like that doesn't make any sense. It's more like, oh shit, that's kind of tight.
Doesn't make any sense.
You have a shirt that says the founding fondlers on it.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's true.
Would you rock a fucking like stevia T-shirt?
Steve.
Because that's what that's National Geographic. It's like this random.
I don't think it's the same.
It's it's the same.
You're talking about the sweetener?
Yeah, that's what National Geographic. It's a random brand.
With all your experience, if you had to buy one of those businesses, Nat Geo or Stevia for apparel, which one would you go?
Everyone's favorite natural sweetener.
That actually might do good as a gag.
Stevia
Like I could see that shit at freaking like Oz. Is Oz still even?
Hey, there's probably a huge market for it.
Because I've seen National Geographic cargo shorts. I'm like, what the fuck? People want these things?
That's at Costco though, probably.
But you know, Nat Geo, I could see Nat Geo being like in REI or like a travel brand. Like if they came out with cargo pants and shorts for like you're going out taking photos of nature.
But that's not how it's marketed. It's marketed like it's Louis Vuitton. Like this is its own niche. It's weird.
Well, the thing is, it's not like they're manufacturing their own line of stuff. They're always collabing, so it's always like a Nat Geo.
No, they have their own stores. They have their own stores.
But I'm talking about the actual products. It's like Gore-Tex and stuff. So it's like already pre-established, understood material. And
Oh, like the thing itself?
yeah, you know what I mean. So it's not like they are just coming.
So you'd get a Stevia Gore-Tex jacket.
Why do you keep bringing it back to Stevia?
No, that's the fun thing is like, which brand can we sell?
Stevia Gore-Tex jacket. What the heck, man?
Did you ever find specifically between like apparel and shoes, one of them was a better, I guess, product or industry to like work in or with?
Shoes was for sure, especially at that time, just because people wear them out so fast. So you got pants. You guys probably have the same pair of pants chilling in your closet for years, but your shoes get like pretty clapped out. You know,
when
so
you
you're
do
like-
Especially for like, for skating,
You know,
But
how,
even
like,
just general, if you just wear your shoes, I don't know about you guys, but like you start having some dirty shoes, you're like, I gotta get some new shoes.
if you were to start again with no capital and then it's just like, how would you go by doing that? Like, if you want to get into shoes or shirts or whatever.
With no capital?
With no capital.
Let's just make it harder.
There's things today like, I mean, you could do stuff today like Teespring and stuff, right? Where you could just throw designs on like a shirt and then you could put that link out and people would buy it and then you can start generating that way. But then I would like, how would you kind of do it from scratch, I guess.
No capital.
With no capital and no hope of getting any.
Or maybe not no capital, but like little capital.
You have $100 and you gotta go figure it out.
You gotta figure it out. You gotta figure
Probably
it out.
take the $100 and just go eat, and then you're like, oh, this ain't gonna work.
All right, how about this? Just to make it actually go somewhere. What do you feel like in today's world is the least amount of capital that you need to start?
Like an apparel company?
Sure.
Because there's probably people watching right now, they're like, I always wanted to freaking do like a Stevia shirt brand.
I think, somebody could probably do it with 50 grand, but realistically, I'd say if someone really wants to take a go at it, at least 300 grand.
Wow, really?
I mean, what do you think?
I agree.
He's acting surprised. He's acting surprised.
Dude, that was a mentor look. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Wow, really?
How much did you just put up?
Well, I think that's why it's better when you're in your 20s because you don't have all these obstacles. You're just like, I'll turn one shirt into 3 and then 3 into 10 and then and eventually you get to the 300K capital without knowing how you got there.
Totally.
But then knowing that up front, you're like, that's fucking impossible. yeah.
I mean, it's not. You guys all know like how many clothing brands, footwear brands have you seen kind of come and go? Like, it's not an easy business, and they're very, very capital intensive. So, and even when they are working, then you need more money for more inventory. So your capital just keeps increasing as the business increases, which most people are like, wait, where'd all the money go? And you're like, well, part of it's in the inventory, part of it's in new development. It's just like,
Oh yeah.
And then with the inventory, the more you got, the more storage you need.
yeah. And so it all kind of adds up.
What up, guys? Thank you for watching us for so long. If you like what we do, please support our Patreon. Joe, tell them what we have to offer.
So every week you get 2 videos. One never released director's cut, and another one 2 hot for YouTube, Patreon only. Every freaking week you get that, and you get access to our Discord where you can come chat with us.
And ask us questions that become episodes here, because we're gonna answer them and we're gonna take it seriously, and we wanna give you the responses that you want. So come stay connected with us, join our Patreon, click the description below for full details.
That's crazy too. Also, as an early entrepreneur, you like don't even think about paying yourself yet. And you sometimes get into that rabbit hole where you just don't do it for so long, because then you're like, all right, now we got some money, now we need to hire somebody to do something else, and then you just keep on going. Next thing you know, you got a team of like 10 to 15, but you still don't pay yourself.
And then you run it for 5 years and you still haven't paid yourself. You're like, fuck. What did I do that for? What am I doing?
Am I fucking up?
You just dump more money into it.
Yeah.
When you guys started, were you just way more smarter than us? Where you
No, we
paying
were
yourselves?
making like nothing. Like literally just like very bare bones. Everybody in the company was making way more than we were salary wise, because we didn't,
For sure,
you know, we didn't want to kind of starve ourselves, because we were trying to fund inventory and fund the business. So we're making like very, very little. So as we were bringing other people in and paying them, you know, I'd say average type salaries, like, but we weren't even barely making much at all.
What was a turnaround point for you, or did you guys go all the way till like the first sale of the company or something like that?
No, I think, you know, we got like a few years into it where like cash flow started to work. We're financed through a bank, so, you know, you had a line of credit, so cash flow was just kind of starting to work. But it definitely took a bit, and it took a lot of maxing out credit cards and, you know, just leveraging, you know, kind of friends and family loaning us, like, hey, we basically like, hey, loan us, you know, 30 grand so that we can buy X amount of shoes and we'll pay you 10%, you know. Wow. And just people, and, you know, we had some friends and family that would like be down to do that, like, hey, you want to make some money, like, and they trusted us, and we just, until we're able to kind of like establish like a credit line with a bank, you know.
Yeah.
So
On your first like sale of a company, was it like cha-ching? Or was it like, oh, this chunk goes to this loan that we have to pay off, and then this goes to taxes, and then by the time what sounds like a big amount on paper, by the time you got it, it was small, or was it like a big amount?
no, it was B.
It was B?
B meaning the second part, like, it was very small. Yeah.
So it sounds like a big sale, but...
Yeah. I mean, it really wasn't for us, because we ran into a lot of issues kind of 08, 09 time, like recession time, banking stuff. It was just became a mess, and it was a very tricky time of the business. So we did end up selling the brands, which, you know, but really for none of us didn't really walk away with anything substantial at all, which is a bummer, because you kind of worked so hard for so long. But at the same time, I always kind of look at it and be like, you know, we're so fortunate for that time we had and what we learned and what we gained through it, that I was like, oh, it's all good. There's
on a completely just like worldly values only, superficial, shallow type of thing. What was the first time that you like got a certain amount that you were like, I'm gonna splurge on this because I've always wanted this, and it's like not practical, but like this makes me happy?
Oh, like what did I buy?
Yeah.
Dirt bike.
A dirt bike?
Yeah.
What kind of dirt bike? What was it? Was it like super expensive or?
No, but it was just like, you know what? I've been wanting this. I had like a used one. It was like not going that great, but I was like, I can buy a dirt bike now. Which, you know, it wasn't even that much. I mean, I'd say it's probably back then maybe $8,000, $10,000 or something.
That's everything at that moment.
But that's
right?
a big
Yeah.
boy purchase.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, I get a dirt bike. Yeah, that's probably, I'd say, what, you know, something that I remember, like getting over that point that, damn, I can actually buy this? That's cool.
What was the biggest thing that you wasted your money on in life?
fuck, probably toys. Probably more dirt bikes. Did you see my truck?
The truck is cool, man. The truck is cool.
How many dirt bikes have you had in total, you think? Like a fuck ton? Are they all in storage?
I don't really even have it anymore. We were into it for a long time, and I'd have a couple, like, I'd have some for the family, but I think, I don't know, to really answer your question, probably just like toys and stuff. I like trucks and camping and RVs and, just shit like that. But it's like stuff I enjoy, so I'm like, oh.
That's the whole point of working your ass off,
totally.
though, right?
Yeah.
I've never gone into like a REI and then come out empty-handed.
That's hard.
I could just go in there and I'll just like, I do need a water purifier. Just like,
never know where
random little things. Just
I need this life straw.
just random shit. It's just so fucking cool.
I do always go to REI and then I go to the Arc'teryx place, the little area for Arc'teryx, and I always look at the price tags and I go, nope. One day, nope.
They are crazy.
I'm like $500 for like a pair of pants or some shit. That's crazy. But I'm gonna get one day.
For moisture wicking.
That's why you buy the National Geographic one. It's cheaper.
Or the stevia one.
You said that if you were to do a brand again, you would do it around like a creator or someone with a following.
I would say just a creator. Could be an athlete. Could be any person that has, could be a person, a brand, a group that has like a good like marketing voice. I mean, think about even, when we launched Maddox, a lot of it originally was based around Day One, right? So that was like, I don't think back then he was an athlete. Now it's kind of creator, athlete, influencer, whatever you want to call him. It was kind of very similar, same thing then, I just think now the platforms are much different, So, but I think just having that kind of large marketing voice is like gonna help jumpstart something quickly.
What is considered large to you today? Because I remember like 15 years ago, if you had like 100,000 views, that's the same thing as today's 10 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I think, I don't know, like on YouTube, a few million.
Like 2.08 million subscribers maybe?
Yeah, maybe like 2.09.
Oh, man.
Hey, we're right there, boys.
New shoes. That's the worst idea.
How many?
It's so ironic.
Do you remember how many companies you've sold or had a hand in selling throughout your life? The three that.
Yeah, that kind of went through transition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How did you find the buyers for those? Like, where did they come from?
I mean, like, literally one was just selling to, it's almost like a group of you guys and going, hey, us two are staying. These three are want to keep going. They're going to buy you out. Like, like an internal purchase or...
Gio should have bought me out.
No, that was on the table.
Did you advise him on Gio buying him out? What kind of advice did you get from him when you were like trying to sell the company?
Where's your org chart?
That was step one. Well, the first one was me and Gio actually really wanted to work with you guys because what we were balancing is there's either a buyout, so it's payday, or working with professionals to take it to the next level and actually learning. So what was it Matt Feig or Mark Feig?
Mark Feig.
So what Mark Feig did to them, BD would do to us.
Oh, okay.
And we would learn and actually like learn how to scale the business. But at that time, we're also like looking at like how much time we want to spend with Taika, and then how much further do we want to push Barbell? We want to push for another 10 years. So kind of balancing it, but then our hearts, because we would meet with them, and every time we met, it felt good and it felt like had really good synergy. But it would be they operate, and then we would split profits in a way where it was like it's still gonna be another grind, versus what we're looking for is
less grind.
Less grind. They buy us out, even if we hate them, we don't care. We got bought out, so that we're kind of looking for that route. But that was like more the negotiations that we were talking through.
So Taika ruined Barbell.
Yep.
It's his fault.
Yeah, he did. He fucked it all up.
Always the kids, man.